So I swung 7K at the law, and he blocked. He blocked with that law. I was like, you sure? Like, at this moment, bro, I asked him, bro. I was like, bro, are you sure you want to block with that kid? Are you sure? What's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. We got another One Piece gameplay video for y'all today. We are at Locals, and I think this is at Galaxy Gaming, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Galaxy Gaming. Shout out to Galaxy Gaming. And we are going against a red purple law. This is our first gameplay video going against RP Law. As we all know, in OP06 and EB01, RP Law is becoming hella famous. RP Law and NL. And I hate both those leaders, by the way. But anyways, in the past, RP Law was like a free win for RP Luffy. But now, RP Law has gotten a bunch of support. So it has gotten considerably harder. But it's still doable. It's still doable, you know. And RP Law, I still think it's a tough matchup for Law to beat Luffy, but I'll show y'all today in this gameplay. But first, I know a bunch of y'all have been saying that y'all want to see my deck list. So here's my deck list that I'm running in this video. I'm not running the same deck list at the moment. I switched a few things up, but let's go through it. I have 4 Namis, 4 Whitebeards, 3 Rush Luffys, 4 Bon Clays. I replaced Jean Bart, 2 Miss All Sundays, 4 Zohachi for the 2K counter, 3 Zoro Juros, 4 Franosuke's for the 2K counter, 3 Gear 5 Luffy's, 4 Shikis for the cycle and for the easy block, 2 Banished Zoros, 3 Queens for the cycle and the block, 4 Laws, just because, you know, you never know when you want to like make people get rid of cards in their hand, 2 Kids. You know, I love the Kid card. The Kid and the Whitebeard synergy is just so insane. 4 Radical Beans for that defense, and the Jambe's for whenever we go against Black Yellow Luffy. So yeah, this is my deck list for what I'm running in this video at, you know, in this point in time. But now, like I said, I changed a few things, but we'll go over that in another video. Now this video is kind of funny, bro, because y'all gonna see in a bit. But it is hilarious, man, going against this RP Law player. Let's go over what the leader does. Y'all know Red Purple Luffy does. That's like the only leader I've been playing on the channel. RP Luffy lets you ramp at 0 Dawn and 8 Dawn, and he is 6,000 power, but he starts at 3 life. Now RP Law is a bit more complicated. You could -3 Dawn, and you could remove one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 or less to the bottom of their deck. So he's like a black leader, or a black black character, because he could just remove your board if he just sacrifices 3 Dawn, and then he could play 1 character with a cost of 4 or less from his hand. So you could -3 Dawn, get rid of a character from your opponent's board that has 3,000 power. So what they normally like to do is reduce your power and then remove your character, and then they play another character out of their hand. So a lot of cheesy stuff you could do with that. Before it was hard because you have to remove 3 Dawn all the time. He was never strong enough to hit RP Luffy, but with the support that he got, it's becoming harder and harder. But anyway, let's see if we're ready to start the game. We already got our hands ready, and he is satisfied with his hand, and I think we are getting ready to start. Yep, and I went second. Boom, play down that Nami, where you look at 5 cards from the top of your deck and you pick 1 Straw Hat card. I'm looking for that Gear 5. You already know I'm looking for that Gear 5. Boom! I got it. So you have to let your opponent know what you got in the search, so he knows I have the Gear 5. So let's see if he's going to prepare for it or not. Alright, so he's attacking me for 8, I believe. And I took that because I am not wasting cards on an 8K swing, even though I'm at 6K. Alright. Get that Dawn. Draw a card. What's the play? Alright, rest 2 Dawn, so I played the Shiki. Shiki lets you, Shiki's a blocker, just a 2K blocker, and then if you have 8 Dawn, you could discard 1 card and draw a card. So if your hand's bricky, you play the Shiki, you can get rid of the brick and hope that you draw a good card. And then I swung at him for 7, and he took that. And let's see what his next move is. He's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Dawn. He has not removed any characters yet. I guess he didn't want to waste 3 Dawn on Nami. He may remove the Shiki though, because having a blocker on the field is problematic. But also, it sucks because you gotta like put 3 Dawn back just for a 1k character. It's like, ugh. What a waste. Alright, so he's thinking. Usually LoL players don't think this long. There's only a few things he could do. I know for sure he's gonna remove the Shiki though, because it's an easy removal. Alright, oh no. He was gonna swing for 7, but he didn't. Okay, he's playing the Bon Clay. Bon Clay's that new EB01 card. Y'all know Bon Clay because I've been ripping trying to get secret rare versions of the Bon Clay. Bon Clay basically lets you ramp 1 Dawn. It copies whatever power is on board. If there's a 10k character on board, like say I play like a Whitebeard that's 10k, the Bon Clay could copy that 10k and swing at me for 10k. It's a really good card, But by itself is only 1k, but it lets you get a Dawn active, so it replaces a lot of 4-cost Dawn ramping cards that was already out there. But it's a good card. But I still need 3 of those Bon Namis, bro. I still need 3 of those. We're gonna do a video because we bought a bunch of EB01s. Because we are still searching for that. Alright, let's continue. He removed the Shiki, so he sent 3 Dawn back, and he has to play a 4-cost from his hand now. Because every time you remove a character, you have to play a character that's 4-cost. So let's see what he's gonna play. He played the Aim, which lets you add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck rested. And then he swung at me for 6, and I blocked it with the Usohachi. So what am I gonna do? I'm at 2 lives, he's at 3 lives. He has how much Dawn? 4 Dawn? Oh, I'm playing my own Bon Nami, my only Bon Nami that I own. 1 Bon Clay. Alright, so I get a Dawn active, and I'm swinging for 7 at leader, and he took that. I guess he didn't want to waste cards on blocking it. And I'm checking how much, and I passed because I only had 2 Dawn left. I couldn't do much with it. I'm pretty sure I left some Dawn up for the Radical Beam so I could block, but let's see. Ooh, he played the Queen. Yes, it's put a Dawn back so he could draw 2 and then trash 1 from his hand. And he trashed the Event Smoke Reiju. So now he has a blocker on board, Bon Nami, Ain, and he has 2 lives. So his board is looking pretty healthy right now. So I gotta figure out how, for one, I gotta get rid of that Queen blocker, and then I gotta start swinging at him because his hand is looking pretty healthy. He's got a lot of cards in his hand, so I gotta start swinging, man, because I have not started my offense yet. And he returned 3 Dawn, and he is sending Bon Clay back to, he's sending Bon Clay to the trash, and he has to play a character that's 4 costs. I'm telling you, man, the Law Leader is troublesome. And he played another Bon Clay, so he's getting another active Dawn, and he has 2 characters that can copy the power ability, and he's swinging at me for 6k. Will I take it or will I block? I blocked with my Queen, and he's swinging for 6, and I blocked with the Radical Beam. He is putting the pressure on me, bro. He is putting the pressure on me, bro. Alright, so boom, boom, I am at 9k. I'm drawing 1. I'm going to use my ability to put me to 10k. Boom, 10k. What am I going to play? The smartest play would be to play Whitebeard right now. So I am, 9 Dawn, resting that. Boom, play the Whitebeard. And that puts me at plus 2k, so I'm at 8k now. I'm going to be pretty hard to hit, but because he has 2 Bon Clays on board, he can copy Whitebeard's ability and swing at me with both of those Bon Clays for 10k. That card is so cheesy, man. So I'm swinging at him for 8k, and he took that life. I don't know, he may regret that later. We'll see. Okay, so I passed it to him. He is for sure going to swing at me with those Bon Clays if he was smart, because I got no blockers. But then he could wait for next turn, because I'm at 8k right now, and a 10k to 8k, I only need, what, 2 cards to block that? But if he waits another turn, I would be back at 6k, and I would need to block that with a lot of cards. Alright, so he swung 10 at my 8. So I am going to take that Let's see if he's gonna swing for another 10K with the other Bon Clay. Yep. He's swinging again for 10, but I'm not taking that one. I radical beamed out, put me at 12K, so I blocked it. I have 1 life left, man. And he also has 1 life, but let's see what he's gonna do. All right, so that's 5. He's playing the kid, the blocker kid. So he has 2 blockers up, man. 2 blockers. What am I gonna do? And also, if you didn't know, the blocker, basically, if you remove a Dawn, you get a Dawn back. So it's gonna be beneficial for Law, because he's always putting Dawn back to his Dawn deck. So if he puts the Dawn back, the kid gets the Dawn. So it's like it cancels out. So if you have a lot of characters that makes you spend Dawn, it's good to have that kid blocker. And he passed it to me, because he couldn't swing anymore. See, that's the bad thing about, that's the only drawback with Law in this Luffy matchup. He's sacrificing Dawn so much, he doesn't have enough power to swing at me when I have to Whitebeard out. So I'm doing 2K to the Bon Clay, because the Bon Clay goes back to 1K now. Oh, and he blocked that with the Otama. Why would you do that? You wasting counter on, you have 2 Bon Clays up. You might as well sacrifice 1. All right, so that's a good thing for me, because he's getting rid of cards from his hand. Because I'm getting ready to go for the kill blow right now. I am going balls to the wall, bro. Balls to the wall. I am ready. And I swung with 10K with the Whitebeard. I guess he's thinking, and he blocked with the Queen. So what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You already know what time it is. I got 10 Dawn up. The Gear 5 is coming out, baby. I can feel it. Let's go. Boom! Gear 5 Luffy.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. And y'all know what Gear 5 Luffy does. Gives you 2 turns. And he ramps. He gives you a ramp every turn. Boom. So I'm swinging at him for 7K. Because you have to sacrifice all your Dawn. And Red Purple Luffy lets you ramp at 0 Dawn, so I get 1 Dawn. Gear 5 gives me another Dawn. So I swung 7K at the Law, and he blocked. He blocked with that Law. I was like, you sure? Like, at this moment, bro, I asked him, bro. I was like, bro, are you sure you want to block with that kid? Are you sure? I asked him like 3 times. I said, are you sure you want to block with this kid, bro? Because I got 2 turns after this. And he has how much cards in his hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's not going to have enough to block 10K and the 12K. There's no way. There's no way. But anyways, let's see. He's going to have like 2Ks. All those cards are going to have like 2Ks in there to block that. So in my mind, I'm like, bro, if he blocked that, that means that he has enough counter in his hand to block a 10K swing. So I'm like, oh, I lost this. Because if he could block this. Alright, so he blocked it with the kid. I asked him 3 times. Oh, and he blocked the 7K. Oh, so even... This makes it even worse. This makes it even worse, man. So he got rid of 2 cards from his hand. So now he only has 4 cards. There's no way he can block a 10K and a 12K. So turn 2. And look, he's look at him, bro. Look at him. He tried to restand his blocker on the 2nd turn. I told him, bro, you can't do that. Like, if you block everything on your in your character area, stays how it is. I told him, you can't restand that blocker, bro. That blocker stays down, so you can't block the onslaught that's coming. And he was like, oh, for real? I'm like, yep. So I'm telling him, yo, everything, you can't restand that blocker, bro. That blocker stays rested. You used it. Boom. And then, on top of that, he asked me if he could redo the last turn. I'm like, what? How you gonna wait way after to redo the last turn, man? I was like, nah, man. If it was the same play and you like blocked it and then said, oh, my bad, I would have been like, yeah, sure, boom. But how you gonna wait until I play to ask if you could redo what you did? That doesn't even make any sense, bro. Oh man, this is hilarious, bro. And He got mad. He is so mad right now, bro. He is so mad. He's like, why would you let me? I'm like, bro, that didn't even make any sense. So I swung at him for 10K. He's going to have to take this because he can't block it. Bro, he is so mad right now. So he took that. He has no life left. And I swung 12K. Boom. And he's like, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. I'm like, bro, what you mean? You can't redo it. He's like, yo, this is the locals, man. How am I supposed to learn? I'm like, I bet you won't do it again. You learned from that loss. This was a learning experience for you, bro. He's like, that's not cool, man. And he's like, I guarantee you, if I didn't block, you would have lost. I'm like, that's why I asked you 3 times. And that's what you wanted to do. But anyways, RP Luffy is still hard to beat with RP Law because they do Dawn minus like every turn. If you keep buffing, especially if you have 7 cost kit, if you keep buffing yourself, it's gonna be so hard for them to hit you. They can only swing maybe once per turn, and then by that time you're swinging with Whitebeard and Gear 5 on turn 4. So it's like they lose. If the only way they could beat you is if you don't see your cards. If you don't see Dawn Ramp and also your buff cards like Kid and Whitebeard, then they have a chance. But other than that, Luffy still beats Law, bro. Even if he did block with that Kid, he still would have lost. That was the RP Luffy versus RP Law. Let me know your thoughts about the matchup. I know there's some RP Luffy players out there. RP Luffy is getting better every week. And then in OP07, he gets even better. And I can't wait to show y'all the new changes that I made in EB01, even before OP07. I made some major changes to this deck list, which makes RP Luffy even better, in my opinion. And hit me with that like, comment, sub, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.